You've seen the rumors online. A simple trick that supposedly boosts your DoorDash pay. Maybe you even heard it from another driver while waiting for an order, a little shortcut to save a few minutes. Maybe make an extra couple of bucks. But what if that so-called trick is actually a one-way ticket to deactivation? There's this constant low-key anxiety that every single one of us Dashers has as a DoorDash driver. It's the fear that you'll wake up one morning, try to log in, and see that dreaded message. Your Dasher account has been deactivated. For way too many drivers, it happens without even warning and with no clear reason. I know a driver who thought they'd found a loophole. It was all about how they handled pickups from a restaurant that was always painfully slow. They thought they were being clever, just gaming the system just a tiny bit. The next morning, their Dasher account was just gone. No warning, no second chance. So we're going to break down the most dangerous tricks that DoorDash sees as fraud. The ones that feel like small shortcuts but are actually giant red flags. And we're starting with one that gets more drivers kicked off the platform than they'd ever want to admit. Okay, let's start off with something that seems so small and insignificant and pointless. The drop-off photo. The trick here is to fake it. Maybe you're in a rush, it's dark, the camera porch light is busted, you're tired of seeing that your photo is tilted, and you just snap a quick picture of the food bag in your passenger seat or your trunk. Even worse, some drivers try to reuse old photos from other deliveries. It feels like a harmless time saver, but it's not. Look, this is a huge mistake, and DoorDash is seriously cracking down on this. You have to understand that that photo isn't just a formality for the customer. It's your only piece of evidence that saves your butt. It's your insurance. When a dishonest customer claims they never got their food, that photo is what a support agent looks at to see who's actually telling the truth. If your picture is a blurry shot of a floor mat or a photo of even the wrong building, wrong order, you've just lost all your credibility. DoorDash has even started sending out formal warnings to Dashers for missing or bad drop-off photos. Getting one of those is a major sign your account is being watched and could lead to deactivation. Getting a couple could easily mean you lose access to your account for good. The simple fix is simple, but you gotta do it every single time. Simple. Take a clear picture. Well-lit photo of the order right at the customer's door. Make sure you use your flash if it's dark outside. If you can, make sure the house or the apartment number is in the shot. This is non-negotiable. If it's a hand it to me order and the customer is waiting, don't just drop it off. Guys, still take a picture. It covers your butt. If the app still prompts you for a picture, snap a quick photo of the front of the house as you leave it. And if that doesn't work, always take a picture with the house number or apartment number. At the very least, hit the button that says that you hand it to them directly. The photo is your shield. Don't ever complete a delivery without it. All right, this next one is a big one. It's the single most dangerous trick drivers fall for, and it almost always comes from pure frustration. You're at the customer's address, you have the food, but the customer is missing in action. You call, no answer, you text, crickets. The timer on the app is ticking down. Now see, here's the thing. They move the timer if you didn't know it. It's now not in the same place, which used to be on the bottom. you now have to hit the question mark and say that you have a problem and it is in there. But you have another good order that's pinging on your phone. You might be multi-apping. The temptation is real. I'll just leave the food here and mark it delivered and get on to my next order. Doing this is basically screaming at DoorDash that you're committing fraud. It sounds harsh, but that's exactly how they see it. Unfortunately, we don't see it that way. We see it the customer's wasting our time. When you skip the official process for an unavailable customer, you are breaking your contract. Falsely marking an order as delivered is one of the fastest ways to get permanently deactivated, often instantly with zero chance of appeal. Think about it from their side. A customer reports, "My food never showed up." Support checks the delivery log. They see that you actually marked it complete, but you never started the customer's unavailable timer. You didn't follow the protocol. In their eyes, you might as well just kept the food. It's a guaranteed contract violation. So here's the bulletproof way to handle this. The official process is you have to follow every single time. When you can't find the customer, you have to now go to the question mark. It might be different from Android. And then you actually have to start the timer when the customer is unavailable. Starts now a 2-minute timer. It used to be a 5-minute timer. Let me know if this is available in your market, because sometimes it varies by different market. So it starts the timer, and during those minutes that you have to try and calling and texting the customer through the app, once the timer runs out, the app itself will then tell you what to do. It'll say to leave it at the door, a safe spot, take a picture where you left it, and then add a quick description of where you left it, and then you're done and you can move on. By following these exact steps, you are completely covered. You are proof that you were there, you waited, you tried to reach them, and then you followed DoorDash's direct orders. The delivery is marked complete, you get paid, and you're protected from any bogus claims that customers might make later. It may take an extra 2 to 5 minutes depending on your market, but those are minutes that could make a difference between dashing tomorrow and also looking for a new gig. This next one is a little bit different, but not about a shortcut on delivery. It's about your whole account. And this one, DoorDash definitely is cracking down on. The trick, so to speak, is letting someone else dash for you. It's called account sharing. Maybe your buddy wants to make some extra cash but can't pass the background check. Maybe you want to go on vacation and have your cousin drive to keep the money rolling in. Sounds like a win-win, right? Wrong. It is fraudulent use of your account and a massive violation that will get you permanently booted from DoorDash. Every driver on the platform is there because they passed a background check and agreed to the rules. When you let someone else use your account, you're putting a total stranger, an unvetted person that hasn't passed a background check, in the driver's seat. If they get into an accident, bother a customer, steal food, guess who it all comes back to? That would be you. Your name and your account are definitely on the line. DoorDash, even though we think differently sometimes, isn't stupid about this. They are definitely using tools to ensure that this doesn't happen. They have ways of catching this. Different login locations, weird dashing patterns, and customer reports can all flag your account for review. Selling or renting your account is absolutely forbidden, and it's one of the biggest issues DoorDash has today. The solution is simple. Never ever let anyone use your Dasher account. Don't share your password. Your account is yours and yours alone. It's your ticket to your income. Protect it is one of the most basic parts of doing DoorDash. It's not a shareable Netflix login. It's your own personal license to be on the road with DoorDash. All right, I want to pause for a second and ask you, what is the most ridiculous or sketchy trick you've heard other Dashers talking about or doing. Drop it in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious to see what bad advice is making the rounds in our community. Your comment might just save another driver from a career-ending DoorDash mistake. Okay, let's be real with each other. A lot of us run more than one delivery app at once, called MultiApping. When you do it right, it is a fantastic way to cut down on your dead time and boost your hourly pay. I talk about it all the time. But the trick to avoid is thinking that you can cheat the system by taking orders on different apps that are going completely different opposite directions at the same time. This is just a recipe for a disaster. It's how you end up with a customer's milkshake turning into soup while you're stuck in traffic driving 20 minutes the wrong way for another drop off. Customers notice, they follow you on the map, they watch you like a hawk, and they'll hit you with a 1-star rating. But most importantly, DoorDash notices, especially now with all the late violations going on. They have GPS, they know exactly how long you've had the food and which way you're going. If you're crazy late to the restaurant or to the customer, you'll trigger a contract violation for extreme late. A few of those and you're on the fast track for deactivation. So the key isn't to stop multi-apping, it's to be smart about it. You have to be disciplined and have the knowledge of your market in your area and the other apps that you're actually working and multi-apping with. If you get a great DoorDash order, immediately pause the other apps or run them in the background until you finish that delivery. The goal is to make the apps work for you, not to create a mess where someone is guaranteed to get cold late food. Your contract is for timely service. Abusing that with greedy multi-apping is a surefire way to break it. These last couple of things aren't exactly tricks, but ignoring them is like slow poison for your account that catches so many drivers by surprise. I'm talking about your customer ratings and also your completion rate. Your customer rating is your average from your last 100 rated deliveries. If this number drops below the DoorDash minimum, which is usually 4.2, you are at risk. It's not something that happens overnight, but a steady pattern of bad ratings tells DoorDash that you're not giving customers good service. Even more important is your completion rate. This is the percentage of orders you have finished after you have already accepted them. This is not your acceptance rate. You can decline all the bad orders if you want, if you choose to do so. But once you accept, you are making a commitment. You own the order. DoorDash requires drivers to keep their completion rate at a minimum of 90% or higher to stay on the platform. If you keep accepting orders and then unassigning them, that will tank your rate and you will be deactivated. The key is to stay on top of it, to keep your customer rating high. Just communicate with customers about delays, use your hot bag, actually read their delivery notes, and be professional. To protect your completion rate, just be pickier about what you are actually unassigning and canceling. Once again, if you take it, you are the owner of it. If an order looks like a total headache from the start, it's way better to decline it up front than to accept it and then drop it a minute later. Worried about wait times at restaurants? Well, some areas have worry-free unassigns. Let me know if this is in your area, which means that as soon as you hit that you're at the restaurant, internally there is 10-minute wait, and then you can go to cancel the order, and then it'll actually say worry-free unassigned. It has to have that verbiage in order for it to not go against your completion rate. So what if you did everything by the book, but the customer lied, or there was a glitch and you get the deactivation notice anyway. It can feel like your world is just crashing down and you feel defeated, but there is a way forward. For a long time, the appeals process was basically a black hole. You sent the email or the appeal into a void that just you hope for the best. Thankfully, that has changed a little bit. DoorDash has rolled out a new, clearer in-app appeal process. There's even a tracking of it. You can now submit your appeal right in the Dasher app, explain your side of the story, and actually get updates on your case. So if you do get deactivated, you need to use the system professionally. Don't send a furious, emotional rant. Stick to the facts calmly, clearly, and explain exactly what happened. If you have any proof, guys, take so many screenshots and pictures. Always cover your butt. But if you have any proof, like a screenshot or a clear memory of the delivery, include it in the appeal. DoorDash says they have systems to protect drivers from fraud. So this is your chance to make your case. It is not a guarantee you'll be back on, but it's a much better shot than drivers used to have in the past. It just goes to show you that being professional and documenting your work isn't just about preventing deactivation. It's about fighting if it ever happens to you. So what's the real trick to making it on DoorDash? It's not a shortcut. It's not some secret loophole. The secret is just to be professional and go out there and do what's expected of you. It's understanding that faking a photo, making an order delivered when it's not, sharing your account, or being late all the time aren't really clever hacks. They're liabilities that will eventually cost you your DoorDash account. You don't have to dash in constant fear of a deactivation message, but knowing the rules, following the right steps, and protecting yourself with proof like photos, good communication, you actually take back control from DoorDash. You build a profitable side hustle or gig that's based on being reliable, not taking risks. The safest way to make money is just to do the job right. If you found this helpful and want more nonsense tips to protect you and your account and making more money the right way, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on all the notifications. Don't forget the thumbs up. If you want more tips on DoorDash and how to make money, well, you're going to want to check this one out next, and I'll see you over there.